So if I come to the simplicity of a moment of some engagement, something happening in life where one has a reaction, is triggered, has a or just perceiving it in a particular way. I'm going to make a little jump here to a larger perspective that's present for me now, where I've been seeing, I also see the mathematics of everything, like consciousness as math, and geometry, and so I've been seeing the mathematical geometries of perceiving the way most people are perceiving, from limitation and judgment, and let me just leave it at that, limitation and judgment, which has also felt as clear, honest, grounded, critical wisdom thinking. Like making an assessment of a situation, an assessment of an event that happens, or a personal exchange between someone. These new mathematics, these new geometries, this new level of consciousness where humanity is evolving. And so I'm witnessing and experiencing these massive possibilities of change. And this new mathematical geometry coming in, as it comes through me, it resets my perception of everything that's happened. And it changes my interpretation of my life and my childhood and my adulthood and how people are relating to each other. And so opening So I just want to take a moment of being with this, what I'm speaking about, really penetrating, permeating the field. So I'm just taking a moment to pause here as I feel this really coming in and impacting each of you and the field that's present. And as that lands, it's just like this ground of being, our ground of being changes. And so when, I'm going to go back to where I was speaking about a few minutes ago, this meeting of surrender, this meeting of identity changing, when this ground of being, so all this energy that I just spoke about, of having that land in the body, in the ground of consciousness, here is the vehicle of your service. This truth of being that we simultaneously are, all this magnificence. Identity changes. So this moment of an interaction or a reasonable assessment and critical discernment of a situation, that whole wise place can actually be updated and change, and the identity, who we think we are in relation to that. I'm an intelligent person, I am a critical thinker, I am wise, I am all these beautiful, reasonable aspects, all of that I identity in relation to can rewrite itself. And often I'll speak about surrendering in a particular moment, a particular emotional experience. And what I'm speaking about now leads to the surrendering of identity. That as we surrender these moments in time and meet it really deeply, identity surrenders, identity rewrites itself. So an experience that has happened in the past that was interpreted a particular way, the foundation of identity is built upon all of these things. And we build them to feel secure and safe in the world, in a wild, unruly, unmanageable place. And we move internally to strategize, categorize, navigate. And that whole framework is collapsing. That whole framework is coming down. And these new frequencies, these new geometries and mathematics and templates of consciousness piece themselves together, manifest themselves, brilliantly organize themselves in an entirely different way. And so the old interpretations have to break apart because they're not real anymore. We can hold on to them, but it becomes more painful. And so as we're opening, it's not just this initial step of surrendering the sense of self through oneness, through the infinite I am, through into cessation, and resting as that. There's a resting as that and a simultaneous embodiment of everything that arises out of that. And what's arising out of that is changing and rewriting itself in every fraction of a nanosecond. And so you, as this ground level of consciousness, this ground level of divine being, as you meet your moments in willingness to open, you are then the ground of this infinite mystery transforming itself, rewriting itself now. And then this art of surrender and path of awakened embodiment is you resting in the willingness to surrender each moment and surrender your identity, who you think you are in each moment. Surrender your perhaps wise interpretation into the unknown. Into the unknown changeability of this brilliant mystery unfolding. And you are then the living, breathing mystery unfolding. And as you in your personhood continue to meet each moment with openness and curiosity and willingness to unfold and open, you create these doorways for this larger truth to come through. And you'll see over time, over the course of this year, over the course of a day, over the course of a week, you will begin to see how that builds on itself and continues to change your life. And you'll begin to meet more and more opportunities of the moment to surrender the storyline and surrender the storyteller. Surrendering both the experience, surrender your interpretation of the experience, surrender your perception of the experience, surrender the perceiver. All those steps are accessible. They're totally accessible. And they each lead to the other. And so this year-long program is to help support you meet your daily life in such a way that you surrender through this trajectory into the totality that we all are.